Hello. So, it's time for week 3 of UBL Season 12. This week, we've got one of our longest time rivals, Gig. Well, I'm going to try and say their name right for this video. That's my goal. Keep calling them Jig. And it's not Dig, it's Gig. Anyways, for those who haven't been keeping up with the UBL lore, Gig is the only person in the whole of Generation 9 to have stopped me from winning a season. In both Season 8 and Season 9, they were the person who knocked me out of playoffs. In fact, every single first round of playoffs I have played in Generation 9 has been against Gig. We're 2-2 in playoffs. Now, overall, I believe I have a winning record, but that's only due in regular season counting as well. Which I think we played... The only time I can actually recall us actually playing was in Season... No, we played Season 8 and Season 9. We played, like, Week 1, Season 8, and then last week, Season 9. So, yeah. Yeah, so we've got to play them now. But we have to play everyone in this league. And their team is pretty scary. They've got King Gambit, Latias, Tauros Blaze, or Fire Tauros, I'll be calling it for the video, because I'm not calling it Tauros, Aldean Blaze. Serena, Uxie, Persian, Clodsire, Clefable, Primarina, Oricorio, and Munchlax. That is any form of Oricorio, by the way. Not that I would really be expecting Oricorio here, nor am I really that worried about it. There are quite a few Pokemon I am worried about, but let's get the ones out of the way that I just don't think have any value if they come. First of all, Tauros. Tauros has 0 value here. It's good into Chestnut and maybe Treads, and that's it. Nothing else. I have 4 Pokemon immune to Intimidate, and it doesn't hit a lot on my team for good super effective damage. There would be no reason to bring it here. Persian. Again, I've got 4 Inner Focus Mons and a Ghost type. There's no reason to bring Fake out, and that's Persian's main purpose. I see no reason for them to bring Persian. Oricorio, see no reason to bring it, don't even really know what it does or anything like that other than set up Tailwind. Which, that will be the only reason to bring it, is if Latias is occupied by doing something else that isn't Tailwind, that they want to make sure they've got speed control for this match. And Munchlax, while theoretically could come, I'm already kind of making sure I'm ready for setup, which is what Munchlax does. It just kind of like sets up and then never dies. So, yeah. Everything else I think can come. I think some star ones that are going to come. Surprisingly, Clodsire. Clodsire is always coming here, I think, because it has Unaware and Water Absorb and can Haze. It is pretty much the best thing in the game that can beat Suicune. Like a setup Suicune, it can just beat it. I think Serena comes because it blocks priority, so even though I have extreme speed on Entei, and, you know, Mienshao has good fake out pressure, Serena will block it. Uxie I can see them bringing, along with Latias. Latias is actually one of the Pokemon I'm most concerned about, because I think Carmine Store Power Latias could ruin me. That's one of the main things I'm worried about. King Gambit's always good, Primarina's always good, and then Clefable is a big Pokemon I'm worried about, because I'm worried I won't be able to kill it quickly enough. And it will give opportunities for things like Latias or potentially Uxie if they want to go that route instead, to start setting up. So we need to make sure that we don't lose to those Pokemon. Those are the big ones I'm worried about. Like I say, Primarina and King Gambit are just great Pokemon, so like there's no reason not to bring them. They could arguably not bring King Gambit, because I do have a lot good into it, but they definitely should bring Prim. I think Prim, Latias, Clefable, Clod, Serena +1. I would imagine King Gambit, but it could be Uxie. Or it could be one of the Pokemon I'm disregarding a little bit. But yeah. As for my team, initially I didn't really have a great idea on what I wanted to do, and then I just kind of thought, screw it. Let's just see what happens, because people have been fearing it all season. I just lead Suicune, and I just say, I'm gonna throw Suicune at you and see what you do about it. So, with Terra Poison, Calm Mind set up, and this time, unlike the last couple times, we're actually going to be bringing it, and we're going to be leading it. Max HP, a bunch of defense, which initially had a calc for, and then just ended up getting dumped. The special attack, so that after a +1, I can OHKO Tauros. I believe that's a max HP Tauros, but I might be only looking, I can't remember. I made these sets a few days ago. Enough speed that it can outspeed Tauros after it gets hit by a -1, because we are carrying some forms of speed control on this team. Not a lot, but some. And then, like I say, the defense, which I believe is just to make sure I can live a Power Whip from Serena. We've got a Terra Poison, so, you know, we can take it regardless. And if we are bringing Suicune, there's a high likelihood that we do go for this Terra Poison to not only resist Power Whips, but also be immune to Toxic from Clodsire, which I think is an option they go for. So, with the moveset Snarl, Scald, Calm Mind, and Protect. Scald, just good damage. That's going to be our main damage dealing potential. Snarl is just nice. It means that we can counteract their own setup. So if they're going to be like a Calm Minding Latias next to Clefable, we can Snarl them down. So sure, they'll get the special defense boosts, but we'll at least be able to keep the damage output at bay, while using our partner Pokemon to hopefully take it out. Take out the Clefable, so that Suicune can kind of do its thing. And from there, that's kind of where it went to. I was like, well, what beats Suicune? So I went to Entei, and then from there, the whole team kind of bases around, I'm going to lead Suicune plus offensive Pokemon, and I'm going to keep up the pressure. So you either have to focus Suicune so it doesn't win the game in the end, or focus the offensive Pokemon that otherwise are going to kill you. So that's just where the basis of the team came up from. So we're bringing back Entei for this week, with max attack, 140 speed. 3 of my Pokemon this week are going for just faster than Serena and nothing else, just because I want to make sure I'm faster than Serena. With Sacred Fire, Extreme Speed, Crunch, and Protect with an Expert Belt. With this EV spread as well, gets to live a modest Hyper Voice from Primarina with Liquid Voice. So we can at least take one hit from that, which is really nice. I went with Expert Belt Crunch, because originally I was just going to go Charcoal Sacred Fire, but I was a little too worried about the Psychic types. I want to force them to Terra if they have to keep themselves going. So giving Crunch an extra bit of power is nice. Expert Belt Sacred Fire OHKO Serena. I needed a boost to make sure I could OHKO it in some capacity, so that's why it's there. But otherwise, yeah, it's to make sure that we can OHKO. It makes sure that, I believe, Uxie is like almost guaranteed to be free at KO'd. I don't think there's any way they can't be free at KO'd by Crunch. And then Latias, I think, is 2 at KO'd by Crunch. If they're only max HP. If they've got max defense, then maybe it's a bit, I think it's a roll. But yeah. And King Gambit will be taking a ton from Sacred Fire as well, which is really nice. And of course, Extreme Speed just to help pick things off. Because it's not faster than everything. It's faster than a few things, you know, like I say, it's faster than Serena. But then a lot of the other stuff, I'm not sure if I'm expecting speed on. If Tauros comes, that'll run speed. If Persian comes, that'll be faster than us. And if Latias comes, we do outspeed a no-speed Latias, because Latias is speed. If it's not running any speed, I believe hits 130, and Serena hits 136. So, yeah. That's kind of the idea there. So this is our likely lead game 1, just to see what happens, and try and break. And from there, that's where the rest of the team kind of comes from. We're bringing back Chestnut this week as well, with Woodhammer, Drain Punch, Leech Seed, and Protect. This is kind of a weird one. This is mostly in case Primarina becomes too much of an issue. With the Roselli Berry, we can live a Moonblast, guaranteed. The HP in Spadef is to make sure that we can live a Ice Beam from Primarina. And then with the Woodhammer, we can Oko Primarina very easily. Drain Punch is also really nice to make sure King Gambit isn't an issue. King Gambit can't really do much to Chestnut anyway, so that's nice. And then I kind of was struggling on the last couple moves. Also, why am I protecting not Spiky Shield? There we go. I was kind of struggling on the last moves, and I just figured Leech Seed was a decent option to make sure things were weakened. If it becomes, like, Chestnut's not going to be a Pokemon that's going to be leading, it's going to be more of a Pokemon I can see myself bringing in the back. However, if that's the case, then we're kind of in a 2v2 situation, and they can't switch to reset the Leech Seed, then we can kind of keep forcing residual damage onto Pokemon that are setting up things like the Latias, and force them to keep recovering where, you know, they may not have time to. Because once the Leech Seed gets set up, we're looking good. So, no Pokemon is going to be guaranteed to come to this matchup, but it's still pretty solid, depending what they bring. It's nice and bulky, speed creeping random Primarinas, that sort of deal. Terra Steel, just because it's generally good. Next up, Enamorus. Entei normally would be holding the Assault Vest, that's kind of its standard, but this time Enamorus is holding it. This is to make sure that we can take a hit from an offensive Latias, because Latias can go for either Thunderbolt or Ice Beam into Enamorus and take us out. So, we've got the Assault Vest to guarantee take an offensive Latias's Thunderbolt or Ice Beam. Again, we're going fast and Serena. We've got Contrary, because if they want to try and lower our stats, we're not going to let them. So that's the idea there. We've got Terra Fire, which not only powers up our Mystical Fire, but also helps us resist the Steel and Ice-type moves that will be coming our way. Steel from mostly King Gambit, and then Ice-type moves from potentially Latias and Primarina. Rounding out the moveset, we've got Moonblast, Earth Power, and Alluring Voice. It wasn't a clear-cut move I wanted in this last slot, but I figured Alluring Voice, if I am worried about setup, is a decent option to have. Especially because I'll be slower than... I imagine I'll be slower than a Latias if it's running any speed, which I imagine it will be, because I've got... You know, I've got two Pokemon at base 106 speed, sure, one of them can booster, but, you know, Enamorus can't, so it would have to be Scarf. So, this way, we can still, live, or we can still, like, potentially Alluring Voice it. So, just because Enamorus is going to be our main special attacker this week, other than Suicune, so I want to make sure that I'm not spreading my damage thin. I want to be making sure I'm doing the damage necessary. And so we're still able to go modest, and as a result, we've still got a ton of special attack. So, like, I think, like, yeah, we got the same attack as our Entei, who is Adamant max attack, so, yeah, really, really solid. Really good into a lot of things, and just pressuring good special damage. The last of the kind of main offensive pieces that we're going to be bringing 3 of the 4, at least to game 1, most likely, unless I see them hard countering Suicune, is Booster Energy Iron Treads, but we're Booster Attack this time. With Terra Steel for even stronger Iron Heads, alongside that we've got High Horsepower, Knockoff, and Protect. The EVs, similar things to the Entei, except because of Treads' lower Spadef, and generally less bulk, I had to put a lot more into special defense to actually make sure I could live the max special attack, modest, liquid voice, hyper voice, but it can live it. Similar deal, we've got enough speed to outspeed Serena. We've got, so in order it goes Entei, Enamorus, and then Treads, like from slowest to fastest, but because Entei has the extreme speed, it can kind of reverse that priority bracket a bit, which is nice. So Our knockoff was the last move of choice, like, that wasn't a stab, because stab looks really good here. Just for the psychics. Yeah, both stabs look really, really good here. If they're choosing not to bring Tauros, the dual stab looks really good here. Good for King Gambit, good for Clodsire, which is something I'm a little concerned about. Great for Clef. That's one of the main reasons I want it, is because of Clef. It's really good at breaking Clef down. But otherwise can just do a ton of damage. And again, force pressure. Our Pokemon are not frail enough where they can be O-code. They'll need to be doubled up, and if they're getting doubled up, that means one Pokemon is getting to survive and do things. And if that one Pokemon is Suicune and getting to click things like Calm Mind, then we're looking good. However, there are worlds in which Suicune isn't good here. And that's why we have to have a backup plan of Pokemon that's gonna sit around and be super annoying. And that is actually going to be our Raikou here with a very interesting set. So, time to get a little even more in depth than I normally do. We are Throat Spray Raikou, which is going to get buffed by our Snarl. Well, our Snarl will activate the Throat Spray. We are faster than Latias, and the reason for this spread is to make sure that we are faster than Latias, able to go for a Snarl into it. We get a +1. They Calm Mind. We then go for our Terra Blast, Terra Ice into it. Do about 40-ish%, maybe a little bit more. I can't remember. I think it's like 42. They Calm Mind again. So we're at +1 special attack. They're at +2 special defense, and the final Terra Blast will take it out after that because we outspeed. That is the reason for this. Latias is super bulky, and this is a way to take it out. Again, also Snarl will just shut down like any special sort of setup. The Electro Web on here as well gives us good speed control, and then Thunderbolt is just good damage. Once we got the speed into special attack, that was necessary. Rest went into HP. It's supposed to be more of a bulky support Pokemon anyway, but has the damage potential, especially with just Bolt Beam coverage. I went with Ice over anything. Obviously, it's not a great defensive Terra type, but offensively, it hits both Latias and Clodsire, which if like one Pokemon is going to be stopping Suicune from doing things, it's going to be Clodsire. So, yeah. That's the idea with this team. Use Suicune initially. Just try and basically say, I am going to Calm Mind and you are going to have to do something about it. And use the rest of the team to be offensive pressure. And if Suicune doesn't end up working out, we can go with Raikou instead to be annoying, but also has a setup potential with the Snarl. And then can do really solid damage as well, while being faster than everything that isn't, like, we don't speed type Persian. We're just faster than Latias, but I don't expect Persian anyway, so we should be faster than everything. It gives us more offensive, fast pressure, but also the speed control potentially that is needed to make sure we can take things down a notch. So, right. That is the team going up against Gig in a little bit. Wish us luck. We're 1-1 right now. We want to make this 2-1 because it's 6-2 to guarantee make playoffs. 5-3 is not guaranteed, but we need to make sure we're on top of our game. See you in the games. Alright, let's do this. Oh, that's a bit loud. They did bring Tauros, that is a surprise. That makes my treads a little less good. Oh, that's fine. Wait, they didn't bring Clod. Oh, Suicune's gonna have a field day. Oh, Suicune's gonna have a field day. Alright, Suicune Entei. Alright, well I really don't want to bring Chestnut here then, so... It's Serena Latias. And, I'ma click Calm Mind, and I'ma click Sacred Fire. And I'ma see what happens. I forgot about Tailwind! Oh, that's a boosting item. That's 100% a boosting item. That doesn't kill otherwise. That does not kill otherwise. Yeah, that's a boosting item for sure. Okay, so this is definitely support Latias. I was not expecting them to just go for that, but here we are. I should have Terra Poisoned. It is what it is. I think I just need to make sure I get damage on this thing. And then Protect. Terra Water. And then Screams as well, jeez. Okay, so the setup thing that I was worried about. Really nice drop. Super, super nice drop. I might live it now. That actually is a huge drop. I should actually live it now. I'm gonna get damage on Latias while I go for an E-Speed. It's a really, really big drop. I ain't gonna front. I don't live that, that Hyper Voice otherwise. Yeah, we'll live. Great damage into Latias, also get a drop. And then its last turn of Tailwind this turn. The problem is I can't kill the Latias. It's going to be Terra stealing my Dawn, that's for sure. I go for Moonblast into this, and then I Protect. Yeah, just go for a Mist Ball. I want to make sure that the damage is split. Because they're going to go for Tailwind here. Does Terra Steel take this thing out? Grim R. I'm just going to look at max HP. But if I Terra Steel, it should die. So I don't want to miss a high horsepower and lose because of it. But yeah, Terra Steel, Iron Head. Reflects up. I have to high horsepower. I almost missed that. Chip on the Latias is nice. Don't miss. Alright, it's 2v1. And unfortunately it's Tauros. But damn it. I mean, I'm not going to reveal Protect. There's no reason for me to. I 100% lose this. Alright, well, I know what I'm doing for game 2. Yeah. I got lucky and I still lost. So, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just be terroring my Suicune turn 1 this time. No, no questions about that. I'm doing the same thing. I have no reason to switch up. Other than maybe I switched to Chestnut for better damage into the Prim. It's not Intimidate on the thingy. I'm terroring, so there's no reason for me to bring Raikou. We're still bringing Enam. I'm terroring, so it's still gotta be... It's gotta be the same Pokemon. So yeah. This time we terror. Because the thing is, as well, if they attack, even if they attack with Mist Ball into... They can't Oko Suicune this turn. Just go for a Tailwind. I get some Chip. I get my Calm Mind off. But this is a support Latias, like, through and through. I am just gonna crunch the Latias though. I'd like to get the drop there. I think I protect and switch into Enam here. Nice, we get it right. Enam should still be able to take like a Raging Bolt. Raging Ball. It's probably Prim in the back. No, I should go for Scald. I should just take a double KO. While I have the chance. Don't know if Protect on Latias. We know. Terra Water. We live both. But sadly the Latias does live. But at least the Bull's down. The Bull is down. I've already terrored. I was about to say, what am I saving my terror for? Yeah, no, I protect for lefties gain. And then... how much does Mystical Fire do? Probably not. It's not going to be enough to kill. Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, I probably just have to take this. Taking out the Latias feels so bad, though. It doesn't do anything. It can get Reflect up, though. And that is an issue. Okay. Yeah, so we Moonblast the Latias. Nice. That's really, really good. They get Tailwind up, but they don't get Reflect up. We don't do a lot of damage into these Pokemon, though. They almost certainly go for Hyper Voice, right? Like, there's no reason for them not to. I just need to put this to a 2v1. Did I see Protect from either game 1? No. That's unfortunate for them. For sure. Burns? It burns, okay. Scald's not KOing either. I'm just gonna go for a Snarl, and I'll try and Moonblast the Serena. Sadly, they do get the double KO. But we do have Protect on both. So we can stall out this final turn of Tailwind. Is crunch enough? 31 to 38. Oh, I can't risk that. I have to Sacred Fire. And then we Iron Head the Prim. I'm not risking a miss on that. I hate that the animation on that, and we barely live with the treads. Them EVs coming in clutch. Oh! Alright, we can't lead Suicune. We absolutely cannot lead Suicune. We have to save it for the back. If we're gonna bring it. And if we're gonna I think we actually have to bring Raikou. I think we have to switch it up to Raikou. I don't think Suicune's working. Now, do we lead the Raikou? I'm not sure. Oh. It's probably Raikou, right? Yeah, because if we go Entei Raikou, we can go for the -1 speed and take out this this Serena before it becomes an issue. And we go with the same two in the back. This time they're leading Prim, but unfortunately for them, I got them with a different lead. However, still not great for me. That's still a Latias, and it does not take that much damage, so I probably have to switch anyways. Into Enam. And then we'll go for Snarl. Get my throat spray. And that does nothing. It does 0. Not gonna work this time. They've got Tailwind, but they do no damage into this duo. I think there's a good chance they switch here, so I'm gonna actually go for an Electro Web. I got that call right. Please hit. Thank you. Thank God for that. And we get the damage on that, which is really nice. We go for Ice Beam, but we take nothing. No! Come on, don't be this way that I lose! Okay. We outspeed Serena. We can take out this Prim, which really frees up my back 2 Pokemon. Mystical Fire does not thaw. If it was Entei that got frozen, it would have been fine, but here we are. We'll try and go for the Serena, but we're gonna go for this Prim with T-Bolt. Yeah, it might have been obvious, but I mean, I just gotta pray, like, justice on that, but we do die, but they're slower than Entei. I have a frozen Enamorous, please do not complain. I need this Serena dead. I do get that call right. Bro. I need a 4. And I probably need a roll here. Do I go for a 20% 4, or do I go for the roll on the Latias? How much did it do in the previous game? Oh, it did do 69%. Okay. That's worth me going for then, I think. Alright, we do take that out, which is really nice. And we know that my Don is faster than their Tauros. So we can go for the Terra Steel high horsepower into Tauros. Please don't miss. No, they Terra Flying. I don't know if I kill now. I am gonna go for another shot at trying to thaw. I got a 4-turn freeze. I lose because of a 4-turn freeze. What do you want me to say? And they get the Kutchu off as well. Lovely. Four-turn freeze. What can I say? Frozen 2. Oh, it was longer. No, I think it was 4. So 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Five turn freeze. That's Pokemon, baby. You can argue I got lucky in the first 2 games, but not that bad. It was not a... I lost the game to a 5-turn freeze. Like, there were a couple drops in the first couple games that weren't nice for me, for sure, but even then, I still lost the first game, and a specific drop didn't happen. Missed Ball's 50% chance to drop, and they hit my Enamorous with it. If that raised my Enamorous special attack, that would have been huge. But it didn't happen. And then a drop, I think, no, it was a triple axle miss that kept me in that one, but a 5-turn freeze. Ugh. If it was 2, I think I could have done it. I'm not even joking. I think if it was 1 or 2, I think I could have still done it. But... well, now we've got to win out. We literally have to win every single match. So, yeah, wish us luck. But do keep something in mind, though. We've got transactions coming up next week. Couple of Pokemon we've got to getting swapped out. I'll explain it more when we get to the team builder next week, but look forward to that at the very least. I'm still going to try. We're not giving up just yet. See you guys then. Peace.